Hi guys, and welcome to my OB-GYNE vlogs. This is CIM Senior Clerk Murielle Cubelo. So for today's episode, we'll be talking about daily caloric computation. Here we have a case of a newly diagnosed GDM with the following weight and height. So the question is, how do we compute for the dietary prescription? To solve for the daily calorie computation, we have 4 steps. We should measure the BMI, the recommended body weight, the total energy allowance, and the macronutrient allocation. First step, we should measure the BMI. That is calculated by dividing the weight in kilograms by the height in meters squared. So if we plug in our patient's values, her results would be 23.42, which is considered a normal BMI. Second step is to compute for the recommended body weight using Tannhauser's formula. If we plug in our patient's values, we would have an RBW of 44.1 kilograms. As we can see, her actual body weight is greater than her recommended body weight. Third step is to compute for the total energy allowance. We will then calculate for the percent underweight or overweight of the patient. Using this formula, we then plug in our values and we get a 17.9%. We've said earlier that her actual body weight is greater than her ideal body weight. Hence, we will add 17.9. This gives us a value of 117.9% of RBW. We will then use this formula, ABW times 30 kcal per kilogram, and add 300 kcal per day for the second and third trimester pregnancies. Therefore, her total energy allowance is 1,860 kilocalories per day. We then proceed to calculate for the macronutrient allocations for this patient. ACO guidelines state that pregnant mothers needs 40% carbohydrates, 20% proteins, and 40% fats in their diet. Using the TEA we've computed earlier, we then multiply 1,860 by 40% allocation and divided it by 4 kilocalories per gram, giving us 186 grams of carbohydrates. We do the same for proteins, which gives us 93 grams of protein, and for fats, we get 83 grams of fats. Also, we must not forget to add 35 grams of dietary fiber. So our dietary prescription for this mother with GDM, our patient should consume 1,860 kilocalories per day, evenly distributed to 3 full meals, with 2 snacks with 186 grams per day of carbohydrates, 93 grams per day of proteins, 83 grams per day of fats, and 35 grams per day of fiber. Before we end, I'd like to leave you with a quote. Pregnant women should strike a balance between healthy weight and nutritional intake because they are eating not just for 1 but for 2. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Bye! And see you next time.